pH meters are semi-waterproof up until the first ridge on the meter. If you accidentally drop them in, fully submerge them, you want to pull them out and turn them off and put them on a radiator and dry them out. There's a good chance they'll come back to life. However, they might be completely and utterly fried. So they are semi-waterproof but not fully waterproof. And they work after, well, it's a good idea to give them about 5 seconds in order to give a proper reading, because it can fluctuate because the temperature of the water it has to compensate for. And that's a pH meter. And then always turn it off after use, because if you leave it on after use, it ends up wearing the batteries out, which is going to give you a fake reading the next time you use it. So switch it on, dip it in, get the reading you want, turn it off. At that point you then adjust your solution. Okay, we've just talked about pH meters and CF meters. pH, CF, also known as TDS, ppm, so on and so forth. It measures the amount of food in the reservoir, that measures the pH level in the reservoir. Now, it's very good practice once every couple of weeks to calibrate your meters. If you don't calibrate them, you don't know that they're reading a true reading. In so doing, you could be feeding your plants too much or too less, or you could get the pH completely and utterly wrong. Now, on a pH meter, you use a solution called Buffer 7. Buffer 7 is specifically balanced at a pH level of 7. Okay, what you'd basically do with this is pour it in a cup, dip the meter in, and then see exactly what the meter is reading. There's a little screw on the back and a little screwdriver that comes in the case, and that is how you would adjust the level of calibration. What we're going to do is actually do it right now so you can see. So what I'll do is pour Buffer 7 into a glass. We then turn the meter on and then dip it in. Okay, now what we've got is a reading of 7.2. So 7.2 is slightly high, so it needs a little bit of adjustment. So we'd put the little screwdriver in the back, give it a little twist one way. I've gone too far that way, so then I'll go back a little bit the other way. A little bit of fine adjustment back and forth till we get to a pH level of 7. Now that meter is now perfectly calibrated pH 7, so we know it's true. That's how you pH calibrate. This is how you CF calibrate. This pen uses a different calibration solution. They call it conductivity standard. Okay, basically it's stable at CF level of 27. So when you pour that into a cup and you pop the meter in, the reading you want to be looking for is 27. If it's too high, if it's too low, same story. You put the pen in, screwdriver in, twist it one way or the other till you get to 27. We'll do that for you right now just to show you how easy it is. So pour a little bit in the glass. Get your TDS meter, pop it in. And this is actually showing me a reading of 27, so I don't need to do any adjustment. But if you did, just stick the screwdriver in the back and turn it one way or the other to compensate. And that's basically how you simply calibrate meters. A lot of people think that's very difficult, but I can't see why. Ideally, once you've used your solution in a cup, they recommend to throw it away, because the more air and the more contact it has with other surfaces, the more unstable it becomes. However, it's a bit puritanical and you can get away with pouring it back into the bottle. It's good practice to throw it away, but you can get away with not, okay? Which a lot of these fluid manufacturers won't tell you about. That's how you calibrate.